Hey everybody, it's Mr. Carr again. Today we're going to be talking about 1A Day 3, evaluating expressions with order of operations. Okay, got a couple of Ignite problems. I'm going to let you try those on your own. So go ahead. I'm going to just pause it right now for myself, and I'll have the final answers on there with the work, but I want you to just give it a quick shot on your own. Okay, and we'll bring it back in a little bit. Okay, and that's your final answers. We get answers of 29 and negative 10 over 11. That's my work right there. So if you want to pause it, double check to see if yours matches up as well, go ahead and do that. But we're going to go ahead and move on to the new part. So as a reminder, what we covered, on the last video, we did basic exponent properties and order of operations. We're going to take that one step further and look at evaluating with our order of operations now. So what does it mean to evaluate? Okay. So right here, we're going to want to evaluate. So that word right there is pretty key. Evaluate is to, I don't want to say solve. We're going to say that we're going to find the value of an expression. Okay. So we're going to find the value of an expression. And what I mean by that is in this scenario, we have the expression right here. Here's my expression is w squared plus 7w. Well, what if w equals 4? Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to substitute. We're going to take w equals 4 and plug it in to both of those w's. So that means we're going to end up with 4 squared plus 7 times 4. You know what? Let me go back on that one. Because one thing I like to do first is before I do my substitution, I like to do this. If I have this variable w, I'm going to go through and I'm just going to replace that with an open set of parentheses. It's just kind of nicer. Because now when I go in, I'm like, oh, okay, well, now every time I have parentheses, I'm just going to plug a 4 there. So now I got my order of operations. We do our exponents first. That's going to give me 16. Then I can follow that up with multiplication, as 7 times 4 is 28. And then I can add these together. So that's going to give me 44, right? Yep, 44. Okay. And that's it. We just have to deal with some more complicated expressions and everything after that. So for like number 2 here, again, I like to start it. I'm going to do 8 open parentheses over 20 plus we got parentheses 10 over another set of parentheses squared. X is 5, so that's going to go in here and here. Okay, so order of operations, I'm going to take a little bit of a shortcut, but technically you should start here because I would start inside those parentheses, do 10 divided by 5. So that would end up giving me 10 divided by 5 is 2, and then 2 squared. Over here, I've got multiplication on my numerator like that. So 8 times 5 is going to give me 40 divided by 20. Okay, I'm just going to run both of these at the same time. So 40 divided by 20 is going to give me 2, and then 2 squared is going to give me 4. Add those together, and I get 6. I like how this nice complicated expression turns into just 6. Okay, for number 3 here, 4, we got parentheses 10 minus another set of parentheses for that b, and then plus 5 and parentheses. So now I know that b is going to be a negative 2, so that's going to get me there and there for negative 2. I start right here with this one, 10 minus a negative 2. That turns into addition, so I'm going to have 4 times 12, and that'll be plus 5 times a negative 2. 4 times 12 is going to give me 48. 5 times a negative 2 is going to give me negative 10. Add those together, and I get 38. All right, 3 more examples, and then I think, yep, some you try nows for you to give it a shot on. So for 4, here's a little bit extra challenge. We now have 2 variables. We got z and y. So I'm still going to do my parentheses, but I just got to be careful what goes where. Plus 6 times 6 minus 1. So y is 4, z is 6. So I'm going to make sure that this goes here for 6, and then this is going to go here for 4. Okay, parentheses, I'm going to start with that one is 6 minus 1, so that's going to be plus 6 times 5. Then this will be 6 times 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 6 times 5 is 30. We can now add those together, and I get 54. Okay, 5, same thing. We got a little more complicated. We got parentheses cubed times 3 plus another parentheses there. So A is 4, that's going to go in this spot, and -2 is going to go here. Okay, so I'll start with inside these parentheses, we got 3 plus 4. That is going to give me 7. And on here now I have exponents, -2 raised to the third power. So that's -2 times -2 times -2. I do that, that gives me a -8. And then I multiply those together and I get a -56. Okay, last example I'll go over in this video. We got y minus 1. So it's going to be, I'll do parentheses -1, 4 minus parentheses. X is 1. So that's going to go here for that X position. And then -5 is going to go here. So I got 2 sets of parentheses. So I'm just going to do both of these separately. They're both parentheses steps. So I've got -5 minus a 1 there. That's going to give me a -6 on that one. 4 minus 1 is going to give me 3. When I multiply these together now, I don't know if I mentioned that before, but when I put 2 sets of parentheses next to each other, that's implied multiplication. So -6 times a +3 is going to give me a -18. All right. So that's it. 1A day 3. So the evaluation step is just going to add one more to our order of operations. We're going to take numbers that are representing our variables and plug them into those expressions. And then we just multiply it out, add them, do all these different operations there. So go ahead, give these a try. And then again, we'll talk about them tomorrow if we need to. And that's your homework for today. All right. That's it for today. Take care, everybody.